Hey y'all, and welcome back to the meetup. I'm so excited to be here because we're here every single Tuesday. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and joining me today we have Mr. Johnny Pace. How are you doing today?
Man, Demitra, I'm still just reeling from pre-classic. We had a fun weekend in Eugene. Loved having both of you guys out there, but I know we're going to get a little bit into that. Also, we got a flight to catch in a little bit.
We do have a flight to catch. Me and Johnny are going to see y'all in Monaco and London, hence why there will not be a show next week. So listen into this episode, and then 2 weeks from today, we'll be back again.
Little Euro tour.
I know, a little tour. Nia Gibson, welcome. First time in Hayward. Welcome back.
First time at Pre, first time in Eugene. The time was had.
What's the verdict?
Hayward, gorgeous. Eugene, questionable.
That's valid. That's valid. Let's go ahead and get right into this track and field deep dive. All things pre-classic, easily top track and field meet this weekend. Not even easily. It's not even me saying it. Like statistically, it is.
Yeah, how about all time?
Yeah.
Best track, I think by the numbers.
Best single day.
Best single day of all time. That's crazy. I mean, no shock. Like, we knew that it was going to be something special, but man, it really did not disappoint.
Absolutely. I think to see like the top times, the top athletes, but then for them to go and like execute like in good conditions too, it was definitely fun.
Yeah.
They came correct. The fields were stacked, and I think everyone knew what they were doing, Nike included. They said this is the pre-50, so we're going to show out every single event, whether it was Diamond League or not. Was exciting down to the wire, and to your point, world records, world leads.
Yeah. And speaking of world records, we'll start off with our first one, Miss Faith Kipyegon. She lowered her own 1,500-meter world record with a 3:48.68. This one made me happy because especially coming off of breaking 4, like to see her come away with this world record and the way that she's very humble about it, I absolutely love it.
How incredible was that? I actually am not surprised. I picked her to get the world record in the 1,500 because it was her first race of the season, but if you're training to break 4 minutes in the mile, I'm pretty sure you're war ready going into the 1,500 where you own that world record already. So I think she has a different type of speed and stamina, which is insane being where she was coming from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'd think that you might need to recover a little bit. I think she iced those legs. It was like within a week.
Yeah, Paris to
back.
Eugene.
I'm trying to decide which I enjoyed more, though. Was the breaking 4 attempt or this? Like, both in their own ways, super incredible, super entertaining. I think when she broke the record, though, I think at Pre, that took the cake. The crowd was like deafening.
Yeah, no, the crowd was insane. And it was also insane for Miss Beatrice Chibet, another world record in the 5K. She went 13:58.06. I love Beatrice. We've seen her in these Diamond League circuits. Like, she wins convincingly.
First woman ever under 14.
The way she did it, though, was phenomenal. There's always going to be, obviously, in like the 5Ks, you have like 3 different packs. You have the lead pack, the chasing pack, and then I think the rest. And it was her along with 4 other women. And at the 200-meter mark, it seems as though she was being challenged, but she found an extra gear and turned it up about 3 notches. It's usually like 1 notch.
Not 1, 3.
She separated herself from the entire field. And I mean, it was insane. I thought it was going to be a down to the wire type of race, but at 200 meters to go, she's like, all right, I'll catch y'all later. Go ahead, race for a second, have fun.
No, I love it. I love her.
I liked that they're also like besties. Like, after Faith did it, they were just hugging. They trained together. So I think it was a good day for the ladies.
We need to get a workout Wednesday in that training group.
Oh my God, that would be phenomenal.
Kenya trip?
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal.
I'm going to try to put on the docket. Somebody comments, they could send us. I want to also go into this women's 100. I know we had our predictions, but I think for Melissa Jefferson Wooden came away with the win, 10:75, beating out the Olympic champ Julian Alfred. And Julian Alfred didn't run slow. Maybe not her perfect race, but she went 10:7 too. Yeah. It's just like not 10:7.2, just so we're on the same page. But like she also went 10:7 as well. It was impressive, and I think Melissa doesn't get the credit that she deserves oftentimes. But for her to beat the Olympic champ at Grand Slam and then beat the Olympic champ at Pre, like Melissa Jefferson should never be counted out.
Melissa is on a revenge tour. That Olympic bronze medalist got something to prove because we know when we spoke to her in Jamaica, one of the things she said was people were loving to discredit her bronze medal because they're like, oh, you got this because this person was in there or because this happened and blah, 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 blah. So we were just talking about turning up a few notches. We've never seen this version of Melissa. And I think we have to include the fact they ran that 10:75 into a negative 1.5 headwind. So I'm really wondering if they had different conditions. Not that the conditions at Pre were horrible. what could that time have been? But yeah, to your point, people love to discredit her. She is a legitimate threat to that World Championships this year.
Absolutely.
I think it's worth pointing out too, like Sha'Carri Richardson didn't necessarily have the day she hoped for, but I think we heard from her that she was dealing with a little bit of an injury a couple months ago.
Yeah, I would maybe argue based off her press conference, I think it's the day that she like told everybody she wanted was to be healthy.
Yeah.
And that's technically what she got. Time wise, I think she's the reigning world champion, so she really could do absolutely nothing until September.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she normally doesn't go on social media afterwards either, but she got on socials after and was like in good spirits. Take it how you want, but she was on there, like thanking her fans and supporters and stuff, and she typically doesn't do that.
She has a lot to be happy about for that race, I'll say. I mean, I understand maybe ninth place in the time isn't what you want, but if you look at her in retrospect, coming first race off of an injury, she only ran one race prior to. She ran 11.4, and then this time around she ran 11.1. She has the bye. So she can't just work on herself. And knowing Sha'Carri, I doubt that she's going to show up anywhere unprepared.
Yeah.
So I think Team USA has nothing to worry about.
I'm excited to see her. That she says she wants to focus on this 200 too, though, like make the team in that. So that will be fun. I love a little double.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I want to go into this Bowerman mile.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think anybody at FloTrack had these predictions right, but this picture right here, iconic. As soon as I saw them cross the line, I was like, I want this photo. Yard Nagoose in the lead, convincingly, and Niels comes from, I would say, about the middle of the pack, 20-year-old, and outleans him, breaking 3:46, becomes the seventh fastest man, or the seventh man in history to break 3:46, and wins by 0.01.
This may take the cake as one of my favorite mile races of all time. Like, seems like every year we get something incredible. This was unlike anything I'd ever seen, though.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's the favorites, like it's the familiar faces. I don't think anybody, like you said, saw this coming. What a show of determination that you never give up till you're done, like till the race is over. Because I think he won it by the slimmest of margin. But it's worth watching the video. He was so far back, and it was like 100% effort to just lean him at the line. But this has got to be one of the most exciting and surprising miles that's ever gone down.
It was one of those unorthodox kicks. Like, it was very similar to, I'd say, Cole Hawker's 1500 in the Olympics in every way, maybe besides the fact that you could probably see Cole Hawker coming a little bit more than you could see Niels coming. But the passing on the inside is always interesting to me. And he was coming from like 75 meters out. I thought, okay, race for second, race for third. He's like, no, I'm about to win this. And he outleaned him.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Yard. I know you did. Did he say that he knew he was coming? Because from the looks of it, it's as if he didn't know.
He said when he felt him coming, it was like almost like, oh, wait. And then the race was over.
Well, it almost looked like Yard was doing a bit of a celebration.
There's a photo with his like hand up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why they say run through the line. You know?
Yeah. Bernard Lagat was the last American to win back in 2006.
I was about to say, I thought this was going to be the time. It was like 13 years or something like that.
Yeah, I thought we were finally going to get the American win. We didn't.
Man.
Props to Niels, though. He's like 20. So, like, I'm happy. Yes.
It's going to be interesting. And then, notably, Jakob and Josh were not in this race. And so it's going to be sure interesting when they all line up together. But, yeah, I'm happy for Niels. That was a race to be very proud of.
I need that before World Championships. I need that because you guys know before this, my biggest grievance was nobody has been legitimately challenged besides that women's 100 for real.
Yeah.
On this Diamond League circuit, we've been seeing standouts, but I need to see a challenge down to the wire. I want that so bad in multiple races.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're going to go a little over to field events. Olympic champion Cameron Rogers, she threw 78.88, Diamond League record, Canadian record. She already had the records, but she broke it. And I asked her what her biggest track and field hot take is, and she was like, Hammerthrow needs to be a Diamond League event. I said, you're right, because you're out here breaking records just on a random Saturday in Eugene, and it's not even a Diamond League event. I feel like hammer throw deserves to travel. And on that same note, Rudy Winkler broke the American record and Diamond League record with an 83.16. So
the atmosphere at Pre, it felt like what you would see overseas. I know overseas track and field is so big, sold out crowds, and the magic of it all. Like, no pun intended. I know Hayward magic is a thing, but I think track and field overseas is so magical. And to feel that on United States soil, it was crazy. And like everywhere around the world was represented on that track and field. And everyone in the crowd they were just big mega fans. I mean, yeah, it was nice to see.
Absolutely. Now going to men's and women's shot put. Let's go see our girl Chase again. This was iconic. So she threw a meet record, but what made it iconic is between men's and women's shot put, 5 women threw over 20 meters, which is the first time that's ever happened since the 1988 Olympics. I wasn't even a thought at that year. And then 5 men threw over 22 meters, which is the first time that's ever happened at any track meet anywhere in anybody's lifetime. So men's and women's shot put on at Pre-Classic, and I think Pre is definitely something special. Hayward's special too, but we've been to Hayward plenty of times, and these throwing past 22 meters, past 20 meters has never happened for so many women at one meet. So props to shot put.
I think it's a special time for field, period. We're seeing this shift where things that were once upon a time so amazing, miraculous, are the new norms. Women throwing over 20, men throwing over 22. Long jumpers jumping over 7 meters.
Yeah.
It's becoming the norm to do these amazing things. So it's like the sky's really the limit. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to see everyone break that glass ceiling.
Absolutely. Chase, I talked to her. She was like, I love that like 5 women were able to do this, but she was like, that means I got to keep throwing far. Mm-hmm. Like it just pushes everybody farther. Because mind you, I hate to bring this up, but like Ryan Krauser wasn't even in this field and 5 men threw over 22. Like, that's impressive. You take out the record holder and y'all are still doing things like this. So USA's is definitely going to be interesting. And then Tokyo is going to be amazing.
Trip Pippery was looking real good out there.
Trip looked great. I was going to throw his picture in here, but I was like, let me not be too biased. But Trip Pippery got his PB, finally over 22 meters. It's been a long time coming. After he threw it, if you watch the broadcast, like all the throwers going like, like man hug where you like grab, like Joe, Roger, like everybody goes up to him. So I think it's also nice to see like the throwers are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like like this is my 2 cents. They like just play games together. Men and women throwers all sit together, like hammers, shot put, and they just have a good time. And I don't think you see that in event groups too often.
Because they don't want you to see it, and it kills me on TV because I think throwers have the best personalities in track and field, and I'll die on that hill.
Yeah. No, they do. And when I say all, like every country, they're all like, yes.
Yes, and I don't know them for real, but I think just watching them and seeing them get into the ring, chalked up, yelling, screaming, the ball's out their hand. At this point, there's nothing you can do. And it's like their scream is still propelling the ball forward.
Maybe that's what it is. That's what we're missing.
I think so.
I love it. And then our last one, we're going to talk about this man a little bit later, but let's see Tebogo, Olympic champ, world lead time went 1976. He stopped after the line and had a little stare off, and he was like, take it how you want. He was like, what did he say? He basically was
counted out.
They said that they written him off. He said,
yeah,
I had to crown myself. They have written me off after my injury.
Did you have a chance to talk to him?
I did. He said, look at the time. They count me out. He said he had something to prove. So he pulled out in 1907, first race back from injury. The last time we saw him before, he was supposed to be doing that double, the 1 and the 2, but after the 1 pulled out, and we haven't seen him since. So I think since everybody, whomever it may be, was kind of like, oh, he's done. He was like, all right, watch this. And then pulled out a world leading time, 1976. Come on.
I love it.
That's something to be a little spooked about.
No, yeah. And arguably by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, literally. Like,
I don't want to knock nobody else in the field, but he was alone.
No, he pulled away from the field. He separated himself. He said, you guys have fun. Again, racing for second.
Absolutely.
Have a time.
All right. We can talk about Pre all day long, but we're not going to do that because we have other things to talk about. If you missed anything, just go to anybody's Instagram and you'll see all the Pre content you need to see. But I want to go into Monaco happening this weekend. Now, if you're like, Demitra, How am I supposed to watch Monaco? I'm here to tell you. There's 4 feeds. 2 of them will be free on YouTube, Facebook, and X. We'll have the world feed showing everything. And then we'll have the Athletes Lounge where you hear commentary from your favorite Olympians, English, Matt Centrowitz, and Trey Hardy. So, yeah, tune in. YouTube, Facebook, X. You could watch.
You have no reason not to watch.
Literally. Yeah. You have no reason.
Can't beat free.
It's free. Yeah.
$3.99.
All right, we have breaking news. Noah Lyles announced that he is racing, opening up in the 200. What makes me most excited about this is this man also in the picture. Let's see, Tebogo's in the race.
Oh.
Nia, where's your head at?
I'm so ready for this because Noah is not the type of runner where even if in his first race of the season, or maybe I'll just say 200 opener, he ran a 400 earlier this season. I don't think he's going to show up rusty. I don't think this is going to serve as a rust buster. I don't think he's going to show up in Monaco and give us anything less. I think he's going to run sub 20. I don't think he's beating Tebogo though.
I think that's a pretty fair take. But yeah, it's so exciting. I mean, we haven't seen him all year. He's got Tyreek on his heels. He's got to get to work. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I can't wait. This is literally like we came to the studio. I feel like this broke like an hour ago. So yeah, we're gonna go see it for ourselves, won't we?
I'm excited. I'm so excited to see Noah Lyles come out here and let Silly Tebogo. I think it might have been the first time that they went head to head in like a 200 this whole year. I am very excited. To your point, Nia, I think Noah Lyles has it in him, but I don't know what type of shape he's in because he definitely came out and ran like a 400. Noah was like running a 400. He's done some not random, but he went outside of his normal event that I would say is the 2 and the 100. So it's definitely going to be a fun one, a fast one. And to your point, I don't think he would ever do something unprepared.
Yeah.
That's not his training group. That's not who he is as a person. But he's been ducked off a little bit, but I'm excited to see him run in Monaco. And then I'm excited to that there's competition. Like it's let's see Lay and Noah. Yeah.
And I think this is just me talking selfishly from like Nia view. I am ready to see this because he needs to get ready because he's going to race Kipyegon in London. So he needs
is
to
he?
sharpen up. Yeah, I think it's him and Kipyegon in London in the 100.
That's big.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be a challenge that we need. Kipyegon's yet to be challenged. So
yeah, because Shane was challenged.
At pre,
he didn't win convincingly. He just won.
He did.
I think I would argue it in the 100. I would say it's very difficult to not be challenged. Like I would say Melissa and Julian challenged.
They challenged each other.
I would say because Shane and Trayvon were challenged. Because Trayvon hasn't been challenged either technically. Because in Rome he ran really fast. Nobody was like when I say challenged, like your 0.15 behind.
That's a lot in 100.
Exactly. I was like I think to be challenged in the 100, you got to be like.
I mean, I think Trayvon was challenged by Zarnell Hughes.
Really?
I mean, Zarnell Hughes passed him at the line.
We have different definitions of challenge. I think.
Look at the result. Zarnell Hughes passed.
No. I think it was. I think we talked about me and Nia go back and forth about this because I'm a Trayvon stan. I think he didn't have the best block start, but when it comes to block starts,
was good.
I disagree.
I thought his start was good at
Bullet Bromell. They call him Bullet Bromell for a reason.
They do. I actually think I saw a little bit of a bullet, but I think it just. It wasn't his biggest bullet.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something.
Small caliber.
He was challenged by Zarnell, I think, though, in that one.
Huh.
And he lost that challenge.
I would disagree, though. I think he was. I think because Shane was challenged. I'm a die on that hill.
I don't think so. I think he will be in London.
We can only hope. All right, this next one we have women's 100 hurdles. Speaking of challenges, women's hurdles, they never duck.
Man.
We had both Masai Russell and Grace Stark running in Monaco. Grace was not at pre, but Masai was at pre. And unfortunately, to come up with the win, Akira Nugent came up with the win, but they're both Grand Slam competitors. So they've seen each other time and time again. But Masai is coming off of a little bit of an injury. So I think to see her healthy and racing like this again is nice. But I think to see her against Grace for the first time this year is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. I think Devin Charlton's in that too, right?
Devin Charlton is in this.
She's due for a good race.
Yeah.
She's due. So it's going to be pretty good all around.
All right, I'm going to go on this women's 100. The reason I want to go on this women's 100 is because we talked about people being challenged. Dacia Sears was in the invite section at pre, which the invite section was always fast. But had she been in the main heat, she would have gotten third overall to Melissa Jefferson Wooden and then Julian Alfred. But she won her invite section with a 1085, and she will be in Monaco. I'm confident that she would come up with a win. It should be a fun one.
Oh, with the win.
Yeah.
Who's in the field again?
Ooh, thanks, Nia. I don't have the full list right now,
Sorry.
but
'Cause
it's
I could look. I think before I say this out loud, because I feel like, is Julian running?
I don't think so.
Oh.
At least she wasn't in the entry list when I looked at it.
No, of course it doesn't want to load.
Okay. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, no,
Oh, she is. Julian Alfred.
Monaco?
Yeah, Monaco. Julian. Am I looking at the right year? Hold on, because that happens to me sometimes. Yeah. Julian Alfred, Tia Clayton. Oh, Tia's probably not running. Tina Clayton, Aaliyah Hobbs, Zoe Hobbs, Maya McCoy, Jason Sears.
Julian Alfred's running Monaco.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. But I am excited that Jations will be running though, nonetheless. But I think it'll be a fun race for her. But in the grand scheme of things though, like I think she's still gonna be.
It's gonna be competitive.
It's gonna be competitive, because I think some fields aren't competitive, but I think it'll be something worth watching for sure. Because Jaces is like that, Julian Alfred's like that, and then we have the Clayton twins. One of the twins might be healthy though by now.
I hope so.
I mean, she's had some time to heal up, so.
It's only been 2 weeks at that point, right?
Hey, we could figure something out.
You know,
Who was that at Jamaica Nationals who caught a cramp but then made the team still?
who caught?
No.
Was it Oblique?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He felt tight. It was a scary scene because I was like, no, we're already low. We already are losing depth right now. And he was sitting there, hands in his head. And I was like, oh my God, please. And they ended up running well, 9.8. I'll take it.
And now we're going to go over to this mid-distance side. Men's 800, the Olympic podium is about to be here. We have Emmanuel, we have Marco, we have Jamel. I am so excited to see this showdown. I don't think they've seen each other, all three at the same time, since Paris. So this is going to be a fun one. It should be a fast one. It's literally the Olympic podium in Monaco. I am so excited. Johnny, thoughts? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, this may be shaping up to be the best distance on the men's side in Monaco. Like, this is unheard of. These boys have been on a tear though. Like, the Grand Slam, like building out sides of their racing ability. Like, Marco's an excellent 1500 runner now. It's like, so
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see how it all comes together now that they're going to be focusing on their main event. Like, we love a good podium rematch, and I don't even know who I would predict in this. I think
My money's always on Marco, but yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
That was actually an amazing point. Obviously Grand Slam forces them to step out their comfort zone, and with Marco running a lot more 1500s, and we're actually seeing that incremental growth between the three slams, I really want to know how that's going to translate to his 800, especially against this particular field. I think it's going to be fast. Like, I'm thinking
World record?
no. But maybe like a 143 high.
Yeah, I think it'll be fast because, to your point, Marco hasn't been challenged in Grand Slam in the 8. He's won those 800s every single time convincingly, but he's also going up against 1500 guys. So I think to see a race that's a little more close and that you have to be tactical, the tactic isn't, well, this guy's a 1500 runner, let me just do my own thing. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a race. I think the mid-distance races at Monaco is going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I think you have it on the runner show. I don't mean to swerve a little bit, but to that point, the 1,000 for the women's 1,000, Jess Hull is going to be someone to really look at, because even if we go back to Pri a little bit, obviously Faith is Faith and she's going to do what she does, but Jess is a really gutsy runner and stayed on Faith the entire time, knowing that Faith is going to run a challenging pace. So I think she's going to the 1,000 is going to be her sweet spot, that race.
Oh, for sure.
But just to tie it back to I think the mid distance field in Monaco is excellent.
Oh, I completely agree. We're going to move from mid-distance because we're going back to hurdles again, men's hurdles. I just have to say their names because I feel like it's quite the scene that we're seeing. So we'll have Sasha Zoe, we'll have Trey Cunningham, we'll have Grant Holloway, and we'll have Cordell Tench. And I'm not going to ask who y'all think will come up with the win, because I don't think any of us can accurately answer that, because it takes a not perfect race, but it takes a well-executed race to come away with the win here. And between all of them, I think they're all capable of it. They've all seen each other. I'm rooting for Grant, and I hope that he gets things together, because I want the best for him. But you also have people like Sasha and Trey and Cordell who are coming just as fast as he is too. So
yeah, I think Dylan Baird is in the field as well.
He is in the field.
Yeah, the way he's been trending too, and the way his bounce back game is crazy. Because he did have a race a few weeks ago where he completely tumbled, but the next race he pulled out, I think, a 13 flat and was able to PR and win. So yeah, I mean, the entire field, like to your point, I'm really glad you didn't ask who you think's going to win because I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our Monaco Diamond League chat. Reminder that you can watch it free on YouTube, Facebook, and X. We'll have the Athletes Lounge and we'll have the World feed. If you do subscribe, we have 2 separate field feeds for all my field. I'm not going to say girlies, all my field people out there who want to get an inside look on that. So make sure y'all tune in, and me and Johnny will see y'all in Monaco. Now, I want to go ahead and go into what's hot and what's coming up. But before we get into that, I'm going to ask y'all a little hot take question on the field side of things. If you could have your dream field event relay team, who would be on it? I want 2 men. I want 2 women. I don't need much of an explanation. I just really want to get your answer, and that's it.
And they're all in a relay?
They're all in a relay.
Okay. I have
4x1. So I'm not going to do them dirty. All right. Who wants to go first? All right, Nia.
I want Joe Kovacs. I want Tara. I want, I had this in my head too. I want Joe. I want Tara. Oh, wait, is it just shot put or field? Sorry.
Field.
Oh, thank God. All right. I want Joe Kovacs. I want Tara Davis-Woodall. I want, why is her name escaping me? Monet Nichols. She has speed. And I do think she has good communication where that baton will go around. She's going to be my logistics person. And I think I'm going to get Rajendra.
Ooh, okay. All right, Johnny, what about you?
We were kind of thinking on the same wavelength. So I have Tara. I think she's just gonna bring the good energy she needs for that team dynamic. I want Katie Moon and then Mondo. I mean, we know this guy's fast. And then, on the throwing note, I was going to say Krauser because he's kind of been off the circuit for a little bit. I think he might be working on his speed.
Oh, okay. Out the blocks?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay.
Ain't nobody faster than Joe in that ring. That's all I'm going to say.
I could name somebody faster. All right, this is my field event relay. We had Trip Pippery. In fact, I'm putting him out the blocks.
Okay, Trip.
Yeah, him and Ryan both are like, they beat track and field, like Texas track and field athletes out the blocks. So, hey, Trip Pippery starting it off. My second leg, I'm going to throw Mondo. I feel like he's used to running on a backstretch.
Yeah.
My third leg, I'm missing a woman. But I'm gonna put Cameron Rogers. I feel like hammer throw. I feel like she could run a curb. And then my anchor's Tara. She's used to running down the home stretch. She's a former hurdler. She's bringing it home for me. So I have Trip to Mondo to Cameron Rogers to Tara. I think I'm gonna come up with a win.
I think you are too. Actually, that's a really good relay.
Yeah.
I got thinking about it. Dang, I think my guys have speed, but speed if it was like a 4x30 or something. And you got Tara anchoring because she's probably maybe not arguably the fastest long jumper out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I want to go into some other things happening. Ed Murphey Classic is happening this weekend, and we get to see Miss Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni. She unfortunately did not come away with that American record at Prix, but rumor has it she's going to try to go for it again. She ran 49.43 at Prix. The record is 48.70. Her PB is 48.74. I'm excited to see her at Murphy Classic. She wasn't happy with her race. I mean, but when you're elite like that, if you want the record, you want the record. That's what you came to do. Winning is great, but she set out to do something and kind of missed the mark. So I'm excited to see her at Murphy Classic. And on that same note, before we talk about it, her training partner, Miss Athing will also be there racing. And just a reminder, Miss Athing is young. And I think people fail to realize that, when she was breaking these records, she was under 21. And I think to see her come out with the race, she literally was like, that wasn't me out there. She ran 2:03, but if you saw the race, that wasn't her. So she's still the national record holder. She's still an Olympian. She's still all of the things. But I'm excited to see her at Murphy Classic and hopefully execute a good race.
Yeah, I think she just needs to get into form. That's really it. That's really all. It was her first 800 of the season. I think what's nice about getting your first, not necessarily, it wasn't her first race of the season, but her first 800 is figuring out what we need to work on.
Yeah.
Now we're at a baseline. Maybe 2:03 isn't great, but we know exactly what we did wrong. We know what we did right. We know what we can do better. And I think we're going to see something very different and hopefully sub 2 at Ed Murphy, especially with the caliber of athletes that's going to be there. Surprisingly, a lot of the fields are pretty stacked. So yeah, and a lot of people are watching. And I think she knows how to rise to the occasion.
Absolutely. Thoughts on Sydney or Athing?
Ooh. I think I think they both are looking for a little bit more. So I think, this Tennessee meet's not necessarily a Diamond League, but I think we could probably see some really great performances out of them. With a little chip on their shoulder, you could say. So I'm excited. They're always fun to watch. I mean, so I don't know if we're streaming. Is that streaming?
We are. I believe we are streaming it.
Oh, we're streaming Ed Murphy?
Yeah, don't quote me on it.
I don't know. Tapping in from Monaco.
Yeah, well, Trip is throwing, so I'm going to find a way to watch it. But it's a lot of top competitors, both on the field side and the track side. I know that there's a hot women's 200 on the books. Nia, take me through it.
Jaden Mays is running, Favor Ophelia is running, Deja Stevens is running, and it's going to be a good one. I think that's going to be really competitive, especially for those who are coming off of pre. I love the quick turnaround meets because, again, same thing I was saying about a thing where it's like, I know what I did right, but I also know what I did wrong, and I know what I can do better. And now I have a nice 7-day turnaround to get into the lab a little bit, do the treatment I need to do, and come out with maybe a win, a season's best, or whatever that may have you, especially with nationals around the corner. And I think to that point, a lot of people are coming into this meet as like a preparation for nationals.
Like a little tune-up.
Yeah, because Quincy's also running. Quincy Wilson's running in the 4.
Wait, how did I miss that? What?
Yeah.
When did? Wait, that's exciting. This is
so
really like a USA's tune-up because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people going, especially the ones who their event isn't in this like Monaco Diamond League. They're going there because it's the same weekend.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where also too, I think it's just a lot more convenient. Going overseas is fun and all, but the time difference, the adjustment on top of running fast is a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's the perfect atmosphere and environment for them to do what they need to do before nationals.
Yeah, I believe I don't know if they're going to do it this year, but I believe that's me where they pole vault in the streets.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really fun. I hope they do it again this year. I won't be there. Usually I go to like support Trip, but yeah, it's a fun meet. I'm going to find a way to watch.
It's really tough. I feel so bad for you, Demitra. You're really going to have a tough week.
I know. So sad. But luckily, I think women's shot put will be there. So those are about to be my girls for the weekend in honor of me missing Trip throwing. So.
Oh, you need to. Is Chase Jackson going to be there?
And Monica?
Yeah. Okay, so the same way she does her eye makeup, you should do your eye makeup of like Trip, like.
You know what? USA's. I don't want to spoil it, but we have stickers of his face. So that's step one in the right direction. And speaking of makeup, I asked Chase, I said, girl, where's the get ready with me? And she was like, well, I wake up at like 6, 7 a.m. Her husband goes to get her coffee. And she was like, by the time that she like either finishes or is halfway through, she's like, dang, I should have recorded this.
Girl,
yeah.
Tighten up, Chase. Come on, Chase. We all want it. We've been wanting this since indoor season. That's the first time we asked about it. Chase, please.
We want to look cute too. Awesome. Well, thank y'all for watching. We will be here not this next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. Make sure y'all tune in for all things track and field, and we will see y'all next time.